Stephen Paul Jobs, popularly known as Steve Jobs. We know Steve Jobs because of the inception of the Apple phone and then the Apple computers, the iOS. But do you know what he taught? Do you know how he thinks? Do you know how he perceives the world? The kind of mentality that he was working with on this earth. If you do not know, then this video is right for you, because in this video you are going to walk down the mind of Steve Jobs to know what he was thinking, for you to incorporate in your mind so that you can also be successful. If you do know, this video is also right for you, because you know what? You are going to learn much more from this video than you have ever learned in any book about Steve Jobs. He was an American business magnate, an industrial designer, an investor, a media proprietor. He was the chairman, the CEO, and co-founder of Apple Incorporation, and served in several positions in several companies. He was recognized as the pioneer of personal computer revolution, co-creator of the Macintosh, iPod, iPhone, iPad, and first Apple stores. He was one of the whiz kids of his generation, and even in our generation today, the mere mention of the name Steve Jobs brings into light hope and greatness. The all-encompassing his achievement is staggering and stellar. But behind this stellar achievement and ingenuity, success, and worth was one thing that made him walk on the surface of this earth as a demigod. That thing is his mind, the mindset that he carried around, how he perceived the world, how he wanted it to be. It is the thinking pattern that makes a man who he is. You are who you are because of your mindset, how you see the world, and how you want the world to be. You know, there are two people who co-founded the Apple computer, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Both have the name Steve, but Jobs had a different mentality. He had a different mindset. He saw things differently, from different perspective, from different angle. But look at Wozniak. Least people know about him. When we mention Apple, the thing that comes to mind is Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs. Everything is Steve Jobs. But there was also a man, Steve Wozniak, who also co-founded and then co-created that awesome product. But we don't even hear his name because of what the mentality that Steve Jobs had, how he saw the universe, what he wanted to do. The mindset of Steve Jobs set him upon his citadel. It put him high above his peers. Now, bear with me and let's go through the mind of Steve Jobs to know his mindset. One of the mindset of Steve Jobs was that he had an opportunistic mindset. He saw opportunity in every situation. In the storms, through the fire, in the waters, he saw opportunities. And he was able to not just see the opportunities, but make good use of that opportunities. There are many people in this world, they are very good in sighting opportunities. But when it comes to them making good use of that opportunity, leveraging on that, come on, they are nothing, they are dumb in that. But he had that opportunistic mindset. And that brings us to our second mindset of Steve Jobs, that he had an industrial mindset. His mind was industry, diligent, resourcefulness. He saw the opportunity, he had to make good use of it. He was assiduous in all his work. He stayed hungry and worked to fill his anger, to get to that satisfaction. You know, he said something that I want to tell you. He said that being the richest man in the cemetery doesn't matter to me. Going to bed at night saying we have done something wonderful, That's what matters to me. That is why he was a great man. That is why he was an idol for many people. He was an elite man in society. If he was to exist now, you will see the number of people who will reckon him and who will even worship him because he had a great mind, because he was opportunistic and he was industrious. The next thing on the line is that he had the mentality of focus and simplicity. He knew what he wants. He narrowed down what he wants. And then he made what he wanted and what he wants to do as simple as possible. You know, simple is very complex than the word complex, if you understand what I'm saying. To make something that you are building, a product, as simple as possible, it is very difficult. But this man was able to make the Apple phone, the personal computer, as simple as possible so that everybody could use it. He had that mentality. And so everybody was saying, wow, this is a great man because of his mentality. The next mentality of Steve Jobs was that he had the mentality of breaking new ground. You see, most of us, we coast. When we have achieved a certain level of success, we coast. And then we begin to lie down in our comfort zone. Complacency starts to set in. But he wasn't like that. Steve Jobs was always wanting to challenge the status quo. He was always wanting to break the rules, to change everything, to change what was around him. He said one thing that intrigued me, that the people who think that they can change the world are those who can. And that was his mentality, to change the world, to do everything possible to make life meaningful and simple. This was the mindset of a man that walked on the surface of this earth, and look at how far it brought him. You are who you are by your mindset. The scriptures even says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. If you think you are great, you are. If you think you are done, you are. Everything depends on your mindset. Have the mindset of Steve Jobs, to have that opportunistic mindset, an industrial mindset, focus and simplistic mindset, and have the mindset of changing the rules, breaking new ground, blazing new trail, and you'll be reckoned among the great men that walk on the surface of this earth. Subscribe to my channel if you like this video. Don't forget to comment and like the video. Share the video to as many people as possible. If you have any recommendation, anything you want to tell me, put it in the comment section and I will attend to you.